Hello there, this is Gaming Anamonda, aka your former Psgl F1 commentary, and welcome to this special video. I'm alongside QPR Beasts and Iran F1, my replacement of course, and we're going to bring you tonight an official review of Psgl F1 Season 21.
Yeah, and we all know what happened last season. It was Lewis who took the championship victory, whilst Big C suffered another horrendous season, winless and podiumless. So he'll be looking to make things right this coming season.
It was a dramatic season over the course of 11 rounds, but we did start in Italy with what was a pretty messy pre-season race. Lights out and away we go here at Monza for pre-season Psgl F1 action. Who's going to get into Ash Best goes mega late on the brakes, mega late. He's gone right over and he's surely going to have to give the place back, and he does, and he's going to lose the place to his teammate as well. So Big C's actually in sixth and he's under enormous pressure from Maxi Luca, who goes to the grass for a moment. That was a brave move from Maxi Luca, so he's up to sixth place. We'll pull alongside. Walker will have to go late on the brakes again. This time, Abiadon. Wow, oh my goodness, well that was too much from Abiadon. That was way too much. Woko will not be impressed by that. It's a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Oh, Blizzard can't believe it. But here we go then, battle for the lead. 2 laps to go here at Monza. Blizzard has passed them 3 wide behind. Oh, well, they all get slowed down. Contact behind. One of the goes on. Oh, Cliffy's been hit. Maxi Luca trying to squeeze down the inside at the Reggio. Is he going to get them both on? Oh, surely 3 can't go into it. No, that was never going to work. Oh, there's contact behind. Cliffy's off. Cliffy is off. And there's still furious contact going on here. Ash Best is up to 6th. Big C up to 4th. It's going to go late on the brakes. Big C locks them up. It's going to force AMS onto the curbs, and Big C will get onto the podium. And now AMS has been spun round, at least a half spin. He's going to cross the line. Will he win this race? He wins the race on track. Who's going to take the victory here? Abiadon crosses the line, and then Big C crosses the line. And there's still positions changing, left, right and centre. But I do believe Blizzard has won this race.
We saw in pre-season that Cliffy and Blizzard looked to be the benchmark, with Cliffy leading the pre-season race until the penultimate lap, and only 10 people finishing, so it was a race of attrition.
The first qualifying session of the season. Crowd filling the grandstand and getting excited for some Psgl F1 action. Ash Best lowers the bar even more then. A 1:19.530. He's a 10th up on his best time. He could be pretty close. Ugizin goes second. Look how close this is. Heads to the line, and what's it going to be? It's only 4th, I think he invalidated. So Ash Best takes the first pole position of the season. Ash Best and Ugizim in the front row. And here they come on our screens, and Psgl F1 for another season is go! Ash Best makes a decent start, so does Ugizim. I think Ash Best is going to seal the win. Actually, it's been caught on a spin. It's a spin from the Haas driver. Game with the best then, going for a move to the inside. Ugizim is going to lose another place. The tyres are gone. And look at that, there's Game of the Best coming right behind Ash Best. It's going to be a bit of a battle here. Ash Best is going to have to defend. Game of the Best. Game of the Best runs slightly wide. He's got the inside. Game of the Best has the inside. He's going to squeeze past Ash Best. And from a strategic point of view, that could be so important. Ash Best is going to go for a lunge down the inside. And he spins. Oh, he spins it.
Oh, he saved it.
He saves it again, but he's gone wide. And Big C takes second place. It's Game of the Best who's going to cross the line to take the victory on track. Will Big C get it? Yes, he does. Big C has returned to the mountain. As by far the most experienced driver on the grid in Season 21, Big C used all of that to get his first victory in Psgl F1 since Season 19, thanks to the penalties garnered by other drivers, which just goes to show that sometimes it's not pure speed that wins you the races, but consistency and avoiding those corner cut penalties.
Yeah, looking back to the start of the season, the first race is so exciting, and qualified 5th on the grid in Australia, and the first lap always frantic. Hamilton, I gained a place from Hamilton up to 4th. He spun out, and from then on the race was quite clear that the battle would be between myself, Gamer, and Ash Best. I just kept maintaining the tyres, kept looking after them. Tyre temperature is a big issue in this era, so it's a lot of management rather than raw speed, which perhaps I didn't have the raw speed which Gamer Nash had, but I just used my brain and I just kept using all my experience. And as we approached the final few laps, I was within 3 seconds. I know they had penalties, so it was just a case of keeping it cool, and thankfully I kept it cool, and I took the victory. It was a great way to start the season, and I hope to continue this form into the remaining races.
Although the one big notable incident later on in the race here was the fact that Ash Bess made that last lap move. But do you think that was the right decision? It cost him, P2.
Well, you got to take what you can get sometimes, and it's a bit of naivety on his behalf. Early on in a championship campaign, you've got to be a bit careful. You've got to make sure you pick up as many points. Something like that can really dent your confidence going forward.
We are here for round 2 of the Psgl F1 season, the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. Anytime now. Here they come. Charlie Whiting has woken up. 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a good start from Ugi Azim. Mitch Emery trying to get the toe, but Mitch Emery going through the gears better. Can he challenge for lead into the opening corner? But Ugi Azim taking the outside line for 2, but he'll have the inside for 3, as long as he doesn't go too wide. But Mitch Emery going to try and cut the apex. No, Ugi Azim will maintain the position. Look at that. Mitch Emery's going to go for a dive down the inside. He's gone very deep though. Mitch Emery's gone incredibly deep. Ugi Azim goes very deep once again, as he did the previous lap. That could cost him dearly. Ugi Azim's going to have to try and come back in the penultimate corner, but that was a mistake from Ugi Azim, and Mitch Emery takes the lead of the race. Look at this group of cars chasing down Big C. Well, this is good. This could be incredibly dramatic. Side by side, double battle action here. Leon taking on Big C. AMS versus CC Brain. Well, this is absolutely fantastic. 5 drivers battling in the top 10. Game of the best going onto the attack once again. Lap 25 map.
He's around the outside in turn 1, and the Toro Rosso holds tight on the inside, pushing him a little bit wide.
They squeeze side by side. The game of the best. I think he's going to get the move done for the time being. Yes, as Matt says, into the lead of the race. Blizzard's going to have to try and come back. Gamer will cover the inside. Oh, and game of the best covers the inside. And Game of the Best will win the Chinese Grand Prix. He has done it once again. Podium last week, and he takes the lead in the championship with victory here at China. And on to the next round of the season, we visited the Land of Dragons, and it was a sensational battle at the Chinese Grand Prix between Game of the Best and Blizzard. A brilliant move around the outside to take the lead as they went through the opening section of corners, and then he went on to win the race.
However, we did see some questionable strategies from the likes of Ugi Azim and Mitch Emery, Ugi resulting in a DNF.
With the Ultrasofts proving to be very useless at Shanghai, only lasting a matter of laps, the one stop was indeed king. But going into the 3rd round of the season, a 3rd different winner, given the competitive nature of the field, was highly likely after 2 different winners from the opening 2 rounds of the season. At one of the most historic tracks on the F1 calendar, we are here for round 3 of the Psgl F1 Championship, the British Grand Prix. 5 red lights then, lights out, and away we go. It's a good start from Lewis, but Mitch Emery has made a just as good start, and they're going to go side by side through the first corner. Is there any contact in the back? No, but Lewis will retain the lead rather of this race. Mitch Emery just behind. KB Killer up second. Gamer has been swamped at the start. He's down to 5th position already. And Mitch Emery trying to go around the outside ahead of us, and he has taken the lead. Can Lewis come back at him? Wow, what a start this has been. And they're going side by side as we cross the line for the first time. Lewis has a bit more straight line speed, but they're going to go side by side through turn 1. But Mitch Emery's going to try and brave it out on the inside. And Lewis has gone off. He's been run out of road, and he's losing place after place. Lewis rejoins the track, and he swipes into Gamer. Gamer spins. The reigning champion has been swiped by Lewis, rejoining the track. And here we go then. KB Killer will round the final corner, and he is going to win the British Grand Prix in Psgl F1. What a bit! And Gamer the Best picks up a time penalty right at the death. Will that cost him any positions? Big C in 2nd. CC Brain is in 2nd place. He had no penalties in the end. Unbelievable. And then, after China, it was on for the first European round of the season for the British Grand Prix. And it was here, another Toro Rosso driver, the teammate of Blizzard, KB Killer, wins a dominant victory
ahead of an unexpected podium finishers of CC Brain and Big C. Penalties really affecting this race hugely.
However, Lewis W had a catastrophic race. He started on pole and he led the first lap and had the best conditions to win the race, but he just made too many mistakes. He lost the lead after lap 1. He rejoined unsafely, span out Gamer the best.
And Lewis rejoins the track and he swipes into Gamer. Gamer spins, the reigning champion.
Had a crash with Mitch Emery.
So much battling going on. Oh no! Oh goodness me. That was a racing incident, but Lewis had nowhere to go. Oh, and Mitch Emery's been collected by Maxi Luca. Oh, they're both out of the race.
And crashed on purpose, causing a VSC and got a 10-second time penalty for the next race. Not the best race for the championship defender.
No, not at all. I mean, the reigning champion came into the season as a favourite, but the opening 3 rounds of the season were a real strong indication it was going to be an uphill struggle for him to retain his title, as the so-called curse of Ferrari seemed to continue.
We are here for round 4 of the Psgl F1 Championship, the Canadian Grand Prix. Mitch Emery going over the line. Oh, he took so much speed. Was that an invalidation? We're about to find out, but Mitch Emery is looking absolutely brilliant here. It's a 107.269 from Mitch Emery. Can anybody respond to that? Cliffy, who in recent seasons has been the Canada specialist. He's won the 2 races here in Psgl F1. He's looking to make it a hat-trick of wins here at Canada. And Cliffy with a 107.232. No, sir, it did not cost him time avoiding that Haas. And Cliffy, what is it with this Montreal track? And Tony, unbelievable. But that is a sensational lap by the Renault driver to take pole position here.
Qualifying was pretty intense, obviously it being one of my stronger tracks. I wanted to get pole regardless of what tyre I was on. I did manage to do that barely. So yeah, it was very close in qualifying, but I knew when I got pole that's of course half the job done.
Lights out and away we go. It's a bit of wheel spin from Cliffy, and that's going to allow Mitch to get a run on him into the first corner, but you have the inside line, and that should be a relatively easy task for Cliffy to maintain his lead of the race, and the top 3 is as you were. And up ahead, side by side into the first chicane, Mitch Emery and Cliffy just about defends him. Can't see him yet, and there he is, he's coming out. So even after a lap, what an incredible undercut that is on the super soft, 2.4 seconds. But we're going to just keep on board with this. Cliffy will not defend the inside, which will allow Mitch Emery to go through into the lead of the Psgl F1 Canadian Grand Prix for the time being. But again, he's got 6 seconds of penalties. So he's going to have to get the hammer down to get at least 3 seconds out. Cliffy up on the straight for the final time. So who is going to win this race? And Mitch Emery pulls aside, and I think maybe he knows the game is up in terms of the penalties. And Cliffy, for the 3rd time, proving to be the master of Canada, Cliffy wins the Canadian Grand Prix in Psgl F1. Absolutely brilliant.
After Britain, we visited the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the 4th round of the season, and we got a 4th different winner from those 4 rounds, with Cliffy having proven himself multiple times in the past to be absolutely dominant at Canada, with yet another victory, his 3rd in a row in Psgl F1. And despite the best efforts of Mitch Emery, it was a fairly comfortable victory.
There was also a fantastic midfield battle. I've never seen anything like it. It was like shoppers fighting over the last television deal in the Black Friday sales, and they certainly were burning the midnight oil as it went down to the last lap, and Abby Oden was the man who prevailed.
It's only been 3 weeks, but finally we are back racing in Psgl F1, and we are here at a brand new circuit, the Circuit Paul Ricard, for the Psgl F1 French Grand Prix. And we are going back racing once again in Psgl F1. Go, 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 and it's Blizzard away from the start-finish line. Is he under threat at all from Liquidblocks? No, Liquidblocks has gone off side. It's 4 wide behind for 2nd place. Who's going to blink first? Let's go behind straight away. Almost 3 wide through the opening corners there. Oh, Lickle getting bashed around, and KB Killer moves up to 2nd. It's a Toro Rosso, 1-2 straight away. Game of the Best, something's happened to Game of the Best. Game of the Best has lost his wing. Has he made contact with someone? The championship leader has had a disastrous first lap. time being. And look at that, he goes deep, and that's going to give Falcon the opportunity to take the place. Slight contact, and they both run off, and that's going to allow Mitch Emery to take both of them. Yes! But once again, Falcon runs off, and to be fair, I think he sort of cut the corner there a little bit. Mitch Emery round the outside, he runs off track as well. So I guess that's tit for tat there. We're going to keep on board with this. Going to go 3 wide into the following corner. Who's going to come out on top here? Can Falcon squeeze past the both of them? I think he has. Yes, he has. Brilliant racing from Falcon there. Out of position. Oh my god, how close was that? Mitch Emery dives down the inside. There's contact slightly. But look at Blizzard braving it out on the outside. And he somehow maintains position. Wait a minute, KB Killer. There's been contact up ahead, and KB Killer has spun off. Well, I assume there's been contact. Oh, KB. I think KB's got wing damage. So the 1-2 for Toro Rosso looks like that dream has ended. If you've enjoyed this race, please leave a like. As CC Brain goes down the inside of Lewis up to first. What a move. And Blizzard is not only going to take checkered flag, he's going to take the lead of the championship with victory here at Paul Ricard. And actually, in the end, Lewis has taken both of them for second.
At France, we saw Blizzard dominate the race, taking the win, whereas championship rival Game of the Best DNF'd, taking home 0 points. And that meant that Blizzard was the 5th winner in 5 races, with scenes reminiscent of 2012 real-life F1. Falcon also had a strong debut, finishing P2 on track, but he had 2 penalties which demoted him to P4, with Lewis and CC Brain finishing in 2nd and 3rd.
As we continued our journey through Europe's F1 heartland, we arrived at Germany for round 6, and Blizzard, having won in France, had a real battle on his hands as Lewis finally showed the form that won him the championship the previous season.
Good evening once again, and welcome to Germany for the Psgl F1 German Grand Prix from the historical Hockenheim Ring. Lights out. Oh, KB Killer jumps the start. KB Killer's jumped the start and takes the lead from Blizzard. Whether that was a desync, I'm not sure, but KB Killer, it's an absolute disaster for him. Be hoping. And oh, and Blizzard gets a massive moment, and he loses the lead to Lewis. Lewis takes the lead of the German Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was just brilliant, you know. Just flying so close with someone, it's not normal that you're going to get such equal pace. In wet conditions, just so many people were prone to mistakes in wet conditions, and neither of us did, and we just kept fighting our hardest, you know, so close the entire race, and it's not normal for that to happen up the front, and especially because I beat him in the end, which made it even better.
This is going to be mighty close. There's Blizzard's on the right. It's going to be side by side. Lewis gets out in front of Blizzard. Where's Mitch Emery? Mitch Emery's going to go for a move down the inside of Blizzard. They make contact. Oh, and Mitch Emery's been forced off by Blizzard. Oh, that could be a controversial moment. Lewis trying to cover off Blizzard. The inside will not be available. The outside will be. They're going to go lay on the brakes. Oh, I think Lewis has gone deep. He's gone really deep. So Blizzard retakes the lead then of the German Grand Prix on lap 19. Really covering it, almost going off the track. But look at that, he leaves a gap open. Here comes Lee back. Can he get the car slowed down? Yes, he does. Well, Lewis rounds the final corner. But Blizzard's already exiting the pits. He did it 1 lap too early, I think. And Blizzard's won the race, actually. And Lewis will pick up P2.
Do you think that was a risky pit stop to do, Lewis?
I think it was a risky move because he did have the pace to win. He eventually finished 2nd, which obviously wasn't too bad of a result, but it was his second to Blizzard in a row after France, which effectively put him out of title contention, and he could have won that race had he left it a bit longer to go on the dries.
And for Ashbest, sad times, unfortunately unable to, string together a run of consistent results, and it's just a lack of fight, a lack of desire. And, does he have that longevity to succeed? Something that myself and Big C have had for many seasons. I don't know if there's a mental blockage, but he definitely needs to up his game.
Psgl F1 has a reputation for exciting and dramatic races, but is also never far from controversy, as the 3-time champion Iran knows. And one of the more contentious incidents of the season, CSR Hamilton was removed after terrible driving in another league, which seemed to not only put his reputation in disrepute but also that particular league. So Aaron, I guess the decision to remove him, was that the right thing to do?
Well, we were left with no other choice. There's a huge amount of reputational damage that's at risk for Psgl, and the safety of other drivers in the league was paramount. Hence why we had to remove CSR Hamilton, and we stand by that fully.
Welcome to the Hungaroring for round 7 of the Psgl F1 season. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Lewis, but it's a brilliant start from AMS just behind. He's got the toe, and here comes Blizzard as well on the inside. They're almost 3 wide into, and it's 4 wide behind. And look, that's Falcon diving on the inside, hitting into the side of AMS, and Blizzard takes the lead down the inside. Oh, it's raining. Look, rain is coming down. There's a lot of cars coming in. I think the Ferrari of Lewis may be held up quite a bit in the pit lane, No, I think he's actually got away a bit. Oh, AMS, I think he's stayed out a lap too long. And oh, he's coming out now. Where is Blizzard? There he is. Lewis will lead this race. He judged it to perfection. Blizzard defends the inside. It's good defending, but look at that. Can Lickle get a move down to him? Blizzard switches to the inside, try and cover it off. Lickle will try and go around the outside. Will Blizzard squeeze him off? Yeah, there's no room there. Oh, they're going side by side nearly again. Oh, they bang wheels, and this is all going to help. Lickle Blocks has actually out-dragged Blizzard in the run up to the hill. He's up to P2. He had to think about squeezing back to the inside, but he didn't have the room. That allows Lickle to dive down the inside again, and again squeezes Blizzard. This is super stiff defending from Lickle, just about on the edge of legality. Once again, Lickle covering the inside. He's been very disciplined, just putting it as close to the wall as possible, giving Blizzard no gap. Oh no, I say that, and he opens the door. Well, Blizzard dived down the inside. He's got better tyres, and surely he's got the move done, and he does. The rain was drying off after the interstints. What's the perfect call? And it is Lewis, the reigning champion. He's finally got a victory in Psgl F1 in F1 2018, and sets the fastest lap to boot. What a drive, and what a victory for Ferrari.
As ever in Psgl F1, the midfield action is extremely competitive, and at times it does go borderline in terms of fair driving. And towards the end of the Hungarian Grand Prix, there were several incidents where drivers were involved in big contact.
The battle is on for P4. I said when it got dry this race was going to come alive, and it certainly has. Maxi Luca probably feels he has to get this move done on this lap, because if he doesn't, he could be really vulnerable to Big C behind. Goes deep again, and Lee Findlay superbly defending. But he's now going to be really vulnerable into turn 2. Max Luca's got to run on him, tries to go around the outside. Yeah, gets it slowed down. I think this time, no, Lee Findlay's going to come back, but no, this time he's got the inside for the following corner. He's going to get squeezed out, and he does. To Lee Findlay. Lee Findlay's actually got past Max Luca, or has he? No! They're going side by side into turn 2. Oh, around the outside they go. Oh, Maxi nearly losing and somehow controlling the car. They're going side by side up into turn 4. Who's going to blink first? Max Luca's going to go a mile off the track to take the place. Well, that's illegal, surely. This is extremely close now. Max Luca's going to have to try and cover off the inside, and he is. He keeps discipline. No gap for Lee Findlay. Look how deep they go now. Here comes Big C. Oh, and there's contact behind, and Big C's been spun around. Oh, and he's collected AMS. Oh no. Looks like Max Luca lost it briefly, and then AMS had nowhere to go. AMS is going to try and defend the position. He's not going to have the down. Oh, they've made contact. Oh, triple contact. Leon. Oh my goodness. Can Leon actually get into the points? Goodness me. 5 seconds on go penalty became the best. Oh, Leon's so far behind though. I don't think it's going to happen, but wow.
But that was nothing compared to what we would see in the opening lap at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Hello and a warm welcome to Spa-Francorchamps for round 8 of the Psgl F1 Championship, the Belgian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Slightly delayed start. Blizzard wheels spinning off the there. Look at, oh, and wait a minute. Ash Best has contacts at the back, and Ash Best spins off to the left. And well, my God, his left, sorry. And he is, well, he's highly compromised already. I don't know what happened there. I think he made contact with one of the Mercedes drivers. So here we go then. Lee Findlay, there's contact at El Rouge. Oh no. Oh no, there's loads of cars off. Oh, this is absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. Leon is out. I think we've got 5 cars out of the race. Oh my goodness. 6 cars, 6 retirements. We're partying like it's 1998. Wow, it's a safety car. But anyway, we're going to go for the restart. Blizzard with an open goal here, really, to take a massive lead in the championship. With only 3 races to go after this one. Falcon goes late on the brakes. Oh, makes contact. Will that allow Lewis to take both of them? Yes, well, he takes one of them. Falcon surely will have to give a place back to AMS. He went off the track completely and he goes off again, but Lewis will take 2 places in 2 corners. He will say thank you very much for that, and Lewis is up to P5. Game of the Best to go for a move. Blizzard's going to have to try and cover him off. He's going to cover the inside. What will Game of the Best do? Will he go late on the brakes to the outside? He's got better tyre grip, and I think, oh, Game of the Best, there's slight contact. Blizzard, well, he can't fight that at the moment. Here comes Asbest. He's going to be leading at the front of Belgium, and a familiar position for him. If he can get around the outside, he's going to out-drag Jack Lacey. Can Jack Lacey come back at him? No, he can't. Asbest takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, it's so close, and yes, Lewis does it. He makes the undercut work, that extra lap. Can Asbest chase down on cold tyres and try and get close to Lewis? And Liquid Blocks, once again, it's going to go straight past the Haas, back up into P7. And this is going to be the best chance Lewis has had the entire race. It's going to block him. Oh, a late move. The Verstappen Kimi Räikkönen style from 2017. Round the outside goes Lewis. Can he squeeze through into the lead? Oh, there's contact between the two. Blizzard has spun around. Blizzard has spun around. Watch out for Asbest. Oh, there's contact again. Oh, he should have waited. Should have waited for Asbest to go by. Asbest, well, actually won't get on the podium because he's got so many penalties, but he's got damage, big damage. Falcon, I think, is going to win the race on track, but it's Lewis, pending a steward's inquiry, who's going to win the race. But Falcon, without the penalties, takes the victory here at Belgium.
It was perhaps fitting that 20 years after one of the most infamous incidents in the history of real F1, it was at the same track at Belgium where Psgl F1 had 6 retirements on lap 1 with a massive incident at Eau Rouge and Radium, including Big C, one of the notable retirements. And Aaron, well, what did you make of that lap 1 incident?
I thought it was just naivety on the part of certain drivers, in particular Cherry 2 Pi. You know, you can't go up Eau Rouge on the opening lap flat out with cold tyres. And you know that subsequently caused a knock-on effect that impacted several drivers' races. It was disappointing to see, and it's something that shouldn't happen in the top level of PlayStation GL racing.
And later on, we saw Lewis and Blizzard having quite the feisty battle, but on the final lap, they came together, the champion-elect, so to speak, and also Lewis, the reigning champion. So, Aaron, that was another, not great incident for Psgl F1.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you want to see in the top tier, as I said, but it's all part and parcel of league racing. Tempers are high, on the final lap, emotions are high, everybody wants to win, and you just have to deal with it as it comes.
Well, despite Blizzard having that incident, he still came out of Belgium with a significant advantage in the championship, with Game of the Best only scoring 12 points in the 5 rounds up to this point. Do you feel this was the moment where Game of the Best had too much to do to win the championship, Louis?
The fact he finished 15 points behind, even with this 6-race run without a podium, is almost a miracle, because of the last 3 and the first 3 rounds, he got that result. But that really did cost him the championship, that run of 5 rounds without many points at all.
After the dramatic scenes of Belgium, it was slightly more sedate in the Far East as we entered our final 3 rounds of the season. And at Singapore, it was CC Brain who had the perfect start to the session with his first ever pole position in Psgl F1.
Welcome to the Far East for the Psgl F1 Singapore Grand Prix. Can he knock Big C and CC Brain, or at least one of them, off the front row, or take pole position, in fact? Here comes Falcon around the final corner, kind of goes a bit deep into the final corner, and it's not an improvement either. So at the moment, CC Brain on course for what I believe would be his first ever pole position in Psgl F1. Blizzard could only manage P6, but it is on the ultra soft, so it's a really good lap from him, I think it was. Yes, so he has beaten Mitch Emery, and look at that, CC Brain improves, and that is surely going to be good enough for the Mercedes driver's first pole position. It is Sir Gut for the German. CC Brain, pole position here under the lights at Singapore. Outstanding.
Yeah, I think the first pole position feels always the best. And to get this in Psgl was probably one of my biggest achievements yet. But in the end, the luck was not on my side in the race though.
And lights out, and away we go here. It looks like Blizzard's retaking control of his car, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but here comes CC Brain. Great start from Falcon, up to P2 already, and he's going to be under real pressure from Falcon. Falcon, who won the race on track last week at Belgium, is now looking to get a victory legitimately as Maxi Luke and Big C go side by side, both of them running wide. Can Falcon dive down the inside? CC Brain, they go side by side. It's a dramatic start here, and look behind, Maxi Luca and Big C going side by side. And again, Falcon getting a run on CC Brain. What an absolutely incredible start we're having here. Maxi Luca's up to P3, he's past Big C on the run down to what was the Singapore Sling, and Falcon has taken the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix. CC Brain pits then, he's had enough of the hypersofts already, so that's a quick change. So CC Brain's come out in P10, he's come out behind Leon and Big C. So I can only assume CC Brain must have been held in the pits because he came in before Big C with a few seconds of a gap. He's somehow ended up behind the McLaren. But we get a great view of CC Brain. Side by side goes Leon and Finian, and down the inside, Lickle Block sneaking down the inside of CC Brain. I think he must have got held in the pits by loads of other cars coming in because he lost places that he really shouldn't have lost if it had been a clean pit stop. Maybe a glitch held him or something like that. And he's been stuck behind this Renault for so many laps now. Now Lickle's going to try and defend P4, but CC Brain's going to have better grip. Oh, there's contact between the two, and somehow CC Brain kept it slowed down. It's going to dive down the inside. It's going to have better. Oh, and he's. Oh no. Oh dear, there wasn't enough room, but really, with that wing damage, Lickle Blocks really shouldn't be fighting that, to be honest. But after the qualifying, on an alternate strategy, perhaps one of the best individual performances of the season at Singapore, with Game of the Best taking a dominant victory. Because Game of the Best is right on the back of Falcon, who continues to struggle. Look how much time. He's lost 6 seconds to Blizzard in half a lap. Now, if we get rain at some point in the next 15 laps, Game of the Best is in the box seat. Where's Game of the Best? Game of the Best is going to be P4. So for Game of the Best to win this race, he's got to pass 3 cars in the final 7 laps of this race. And here we go then, Game of the Best is going to make a move, and this is going to be no contest into 3rd position. And here we go, better traction. Leon, will he defend it? Oh, he will. Just going to try and fight on the outside, but look at the traction Game of the Best has through the slingshot section over the Anderton Bridge, and he is back up into P2, and now he will chase down the hash of Maxi Luca in these closing laps. So Maxi Luca, see what his traction is. Oh, he's got no traction out of the final corner. Look how much traction Game of the Best has. He's going to pull alongside, and he's going to take the lead then of the Singapore Grand Prix with 4 laps to go. From 13th, Game of the Best will take the checkered flag and win in Singapore as the fireworks light up the night sky. What a drive from Game of the Best. Absolutely brilliant. But also, the biggest story of the night, after a dreadful campaign, CSR Leon took 2nd place to get his first points of the season. Well, Louis, how do you think Leon felt after finally avoiding being the first driver to do a full season and not get any points in PS2 F1?
Well, from experience, I know, I've had quite a lot of races sometimes without points in a run, and just to pick up a podium is such a morale booster. It will give him a lot of confidence for next season, and just to not finish at the bottom of that, the score sheet, the championship table, he's gonna thrive off that, really.
And may I add that races like Singapore are integral to race calendars, street circuits that can throw up surprise results, and on this occasion it proved that once again with Leon.
Singapore came along, a race I didn't really look forward to. Street circuits aren't my forte for this game, but after the half an hour delay and a few of the drivers not making it who were quicker than me, had my hopes set high. I knew that anything could happen. It is Singapore, difficult circuit. Pit stops came around a few laps later, so to jump a few people and found myself miraculously in net P2, which caught me by surprise, and I knew this would put more pressure on me since I was the only person not to have points at that point. just took it nice and calm, was able to hold up CC Brain behind, let the people go who I knew were quicker than me, gave them the best, and was able to hold on to P2 on penalties, beating Maxi Luca. And when I crossed the line, I just felt so much relief. And luckily, I think that podium has just spared me a Psgl F1 seat.
Well, after Singapore, the championship position was like this, and with Lewis missing the Brazilian rounds, it meant that Blizzard could clinch the championship, although Game of the Best had put himself back into potential contention, although mathematically it would need a miracle for him to become the champion.
It's a carnival atmosphere at Interlagos as Psgl F1 arrives in Brazil for the penultimate round of season 21. Mixie heads for the line, and it's a 107.17, but I think he could have got more time than that. Abiodun with a 106.984 takes provisional pole, and I don't think anyone's out there who can beat it. So Abiodun, I believe, has taken his first ever Psgl F1 pole position. Fantastic effort from the fourth Indian driver. Lights out and away we go. Abiodun spinning up the wheels, and that will give Big C an opportunity to go down the inside, but Abiodun actually going through the gears better and manages to maintain the lead. Up ahead, Blizzard down the inside of Falcon. They're going to bang wheels. All sorts of action going on. And Blizzard has forced Falcon wide, and the two Renaults making contact. Falcon goes late on the brakes. Can he come back at him with the flying cone? Oh, contact! And look at that, Leon forced off the track, and he's going to lose place after place. Oh, this looks much more aggressive. So Sambam will have the inside. Oh, this could get really tetchy. Oh, and I think there was slight contact late on the brakes, but Blizzard gets it slowed down. And here comes Game of the Best. They're going to, and a tight defense by Big C, but can Game of the Best go around the outside? Oh, he had to back off, otherwise he would have flown on the circuit. He's trying to get the switch back on Game of the Best. And he does get to switch back. Big C going very wide out of the center S's, and Game of the Best, I think, will out-drag Big C down to the end of Sector 1, and he will take fourth position. The reigning champion in waiting. It's going to be a thrilling conclusion here. They dice and spice through the opening corners they go. How deep does Abiodun go? But he covers it off. But Blizzard will get much better traction out of the center S's. Abiodun has got to stay disciplined and cover the inside to make it as difficult for Blizzard as possible. He's going to out-drag him through the straight. That's a terrible camera angle. Oh my goodness, I've not had good. And look how late Abiodun goes. Abiodun covers the inside. He'll have the inside for 5 and 6. Blizzard will try and go late on the brakes round the outside. Now Abiodun's got to cover the inside for the next corner as well. Here comes Blizzard to the inside. No, not close enough. Sensational defending from Abiodun on those wrecked medium compound tyres. But this is the next opportunity. Abiodun's got to cover the inside here. No, Blizzard's not close enough. Oh, he goes really deep. Maxi Luca will try and get through. What a final lap this has been. Abiodun looking good here as he goes through Juncal. Just needs to get the traction right. And look at that, behind Maxi Luca and Blizzard battling. Surely not. There's not going to be some sort of incident here. Abiodun will cross the line. Oh, there's contact. Oh, there's big contact. And Blizzard will cross the line. And he will win the Psgl F1 Championship. In utterly dramatic scenes, he nearly came an inch from DNFing and losing the chance to win here, but Blizzard, a half-broken Toro Rosso, has done it. Maxi Luca will finish 5th, I believe. Yes, Abiodun is definitely your race winner for the first time in Psgl F1.
We headed to the classic Interlagos for the penultimate round of the season, and with Blizzard having a chance to clinch a championship, an unexpected star emerged to claim his first ever victory in Psgl F1. Abiodun took pole position and the race win, defending the lead furiously for the first couple of laps, then into the final few laps under immense pressure, but taking a well-deserved win and no penalties to boot as well. But it was Blizzard's moment in the end as well, as he, despite a last-minute incident with Maxi Luca, taking his first ever Psgl F1 championship with P2, and Game of the Best could only manage P3, not able to deny him the glory of being the new champion and the first of the F1 2018 era.
That just feels brilliant. Obviously that just feels brilliant, you know. Psgl, one of the most prestigious leagues out there. So just to win that, that's just really, it feels really good. I never thought I could achieve such a thing. It's right up there with winning ILR and stuff.
But going into the final round of the season, there was nothing to play for, with the Drivers' Championship decided Brazil and also Toro Rosso winning the Constructors' Championship.
As the sun sets on another Psgl F1 season, a warm welcome to the Middle East and the Yas Marina circuit for the season finale of season 21. And it is go at Abu Dhabi. It's a good start from Littleblocks. He's left Bixie in his wake, and that's going to allow Lewis and the Mercedes of CC Brain to go around. Big C's got an appalling start. They're almost going free wide into what will be second DRS, and Lewis will sweep round the outside. Can he get it slowed down? He does. Dixie Luca. How fitting with and down the inside at the final corner. Well, you don't see a move there often. Contact between the two. We'll switch straight back to Maxi Luca. Actually, it's going to be a move here, but we're going to go for, oh my goodness, look at this. They're almost going free wide out of the chicane. Littleblocks maintaining the lead. We're going to stick with this. Sensational action here at Abu Dhabi, as it often does, just like F1 2016 and 18. Almost going to go free wide into turn 11. Littleblocks just about maintaining the lead for the time being. CC Brain up to second now. He's been forced wide. Maxi Luca, is he going to take both of them on the inside? He's going to try to. He forces Littleblocks off the track. Maxi Luca will take the lead. Well, this can only end tears. They've got to give each other some room. Oh my goodness. Littleblocks going to dive down the inside and retake the lead. This is absolutely sensational stuff here at Yas Marina. And forced off again. They are getting their elbows out. It's like something out of WWE with the amount of elbow smashes we are getting here. Up ahead, CC Brain is going to battle with Maxi Luca for the lead of this race. And it's an easy DRS drag race won by the Mercedes driver there. CC Brain into the lead. Big C is going to try and go for a move. Oh my goodness! Big C, what was that? The brakes, no temperature at all. He's just flown straight into the side of Mercedes and damaged his wing. So we now only have 6 runners. Over half the field have been eliminated. I tell you, I didn't expect this going into tonight's race, that is for sure. We have got a battle for the lead and a battle for third place as well. And here comes Game of the Best. CC Brain will go late on the race. They touch wheels. Game of the Best will go to the outside and then get the inside for the following corner. Not the best camera angle. CC Brain with a save line. Lovely slide there. Game of the Best takes the lead of the race. What a magnificent display it's been in Abu Dhabi as the fireworks go off.
It had a very sort of end of season feel at Abu Dhabi, and it showed with only 5 of the 13 drivers who took part finishing the race. Game of the Best taking his 3rd win of the season and the most of any drivers on the grids to finish his campaign on a high, but looking back on what might have been had his middle of the campaign been a little bit better. But in your opinion, Aaron, was it the nature of the track that caused so many retirements, or was it just, a lack of commitment with nothing really to play for in the final race of the season?
It was the end of season vibes, really. Lack of commitment from some drivers. Not enough desire. Every point's precious. There's certain drivers finishing the points tally with 10 or 15 points, which is embarrassing. But it's the nature of the circuit, and one man who really showed his experience was Big C on his 150th race in the league, picking up yet again another podium, about making a few mistakes along the way. But for Psgl F1, it's the end of an era for one of the greatest commentators on the Psgl site. He's been commentating in the F1 League for 4 seasons, but now it's coming to an end, game in Alamonda. So would you like to share a few words on that?
Yes, I mean, it's been a great ride, but it has to come to an end at some point. And I think new blood will do the league very good. So I'm looking forward to, not being involved directly in it, but just watching as a fan. And hopefully we'll see some great racing in 2019 with an extended season and tracks we haven't seen on the F1 2018 race yet. And with Abu Dhabi complete, the sun set on another Psgl F1 season, a new champion, many different winners. It was a great season. And the only bad thing about it, it was so short. It seemed to be over in a flash, Aaron. Only 11 rounds, went like wildfire.
Yeah, it was a fantastic season. Some great performances by individual drivers, in particular Blizzard and Gamer, who really set up an enthralling title battle. But another man who really impressed me was Big C, who won his first race in quite a while, showing his longevity.
Yeah, and the likes of Abudin, CC Brain, And the reigning champion Lewis came really strong in the second half of the season, showing that he is starting to find some speed on this game and maybe will be one of the protagonists for the season 22 crown next season in 2019. In terms of the race of the season, well, your opinions, Louis and Aaron, may vary to mine, but I think Brazil was a really good race. I think Singapore was as well. I think there's been better races in previous seasons that I've covered, but I'm not sure what your view on it is.
I think Brazil was a fantastic race, especially the ending. It was really a great climax to what had been a fantastic race with obviously quite a shock winner. Abiodun, after turning ABS on, found some form, and the battles all the way through the field were fantastic. And it was a pleasure to watch, to be honest with you.
Well, any publicity is good publicity, and for me, my favourite was Spa. Any race that gets the whole league talking, is great publicity, and I absolutely enjoyed what I saw.
We started in September in Australia, we finished in December at Abu Dhabi, and another season of Psgl F1 is at an end. New champions, new race winners, and in 2019, for season 22, it could be one of the greatest title battles that we've ever seen. But that is the end of our season review. We hope you enjoy it, and there will be, I'm sure, another one the next time in 14 rounds time next year the season comes to an end. So big thanks to Aaron and Louis for joining me on this review, and also CC Brain for putting it all together with his talented editing skills. Thanks for watching, and see you next time, and a happy new year from Psgl.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired